Investigators found an unauthorized etching, a profanity. The officer used the gun to shoot the victim 5 times in a hallway at an East Mesa hotel. Back in January, hotel staff called 911.
The guests are coming out of the foyer. They come to me and they told me about somebody pointing up rifles outside of one of the windows in our building.
Daniel Shaver was in his hotel room with another hotel guest who he invited to have a drink. When officers arrived, they ordered both out. She was there when the officer opened fire.
He was even screaming for his life, like, don't shoot me. And I don't know what he did, but the cops shot him.
In the case file released today, the officer tells his side of the story. He claims when Daniel Shaver was crawling toward the officers, Shaver reached toward his waist. The officer perceived that as a threat.
A million things are racing through my head. The first time he reached behind his back, it was terrifying. I didn't know if he was reaching for a gun or if he was manipulating or tried to reach for it or was manipulating something behind his back. And so, honestly, at that point, it was terrifying. It happened so fast.
In the report, Brailsford's fellow officers corroborate the story, telling investigators they gave the victim clear verbal commands and that he was moving in an aggressive manner. When they went inside the victim's hotel room, they found that purported gun. It was an airsoft rifle used in the victim's job as an exterminator. Officer Brailsford was fired last week from the Mesa Police Department, and he is still facing second-degree murder charges. As we mentioned, the officer was wearing a body camera during the shooting. That video is not being released, and attorneys are fighting to keep that video sealed. It will be a central aspect of the murder case. The officer is due back in court in May, but his wife claims attorneys are already talking about a plea deal. I'm Andrew Hasman, Fox 10 News.
Andrew, thank you. The man who made a big scene was arrested in an election hearing at the Capitol, is now out of jail. Troopers say 23-year-old Jonathan McRae of Paulden was yelling, refused orders to leave, and held onto a chair to make it harder for troopers to remove him. A judge released him without bail. He was booked on trespassing and resisting arrest charges.
It's been a week now since the worst election day in recent history in Maricopa County. People waiting in line, some of them 5 hours to cast a ballot. Today, we're still feeling the fallout from all of this, but no one is taking the heat like Maricopa County Recorder Helen Purcell. Linda Williams spoke with her today. Linda joins us live. Linda?
I asked Helen Purcell at what point last Tuesday did she realize, oh my God, we are in trouble. She says she knew early in the morning when the lines that should have been subsiding at polling places in Phoenix instead were growing longer. But by then it was too late, and she has been apologizing ever since. Perhaps no one has apologized more in the 7 days since Election Tuesday than Maricopa County Recorder Helen Purcell.
I'm really sorry about that.
Sure.
But to get nasty and the things that I listen to and in my face, so forth, I don't know where decorum has gone.
This is a serious crime.
Really?
This is as serious as rape.
You
This
stopped
is
a lot
as
of
serious
people
as
from
murder
voting.
because this is the rape and murder of our democracy.
Absolutely. It shocks me that we have come to that.
Purcell referring in part to yesterday's hearing at the Arizona State Capitol. It was loud and angry as people blasted those responsible for the voting debacle that led to 5-hour lines on Election Day. One protester was hauled out of the House hearing as people jeered his arrest. Purcell says she realizes some of the